as we're looking into this next season, we're having like so many great players: Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Luka Garza, where it starts to be like, who do you think's really the face of this league as we start to pan out? I mean, if you look at like 2K covers, like MVPs, who's like the most popular, who's really the face of it? Because I feel like we kind of went from Kobe to LeBron to Curry, and if you go like with a classic, like Michael Jordan was the ultimate face, where even when he was gone for several years, everyone was just waiting. Like, I mean, it's really huge to be the face of the league, and I think if we look at certain eras, we can easily go like, oh, yeah, it's when Kobe was, oh, yeah, it's LeBron, oh, yeah, that's Curry. Who do you think that is today?
Today, well, I mean, that's really a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
I mean, I think it could be possibly between Jokic or Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I mean, I can see them on a cover.
Mm-hmm.
But then, for 2K26, they say that Shai is going to be on the cover because, he's...
Probably in the wake of the title.
Yeah.
Especially.
That's, and, well, I just think it's got to be between Jokic and Anthony Edwards, in my personal opinion.
I'd have to disagree. I think you got to give Shai Gilgeous-Alexander his credit. And with what they've built on the Thunder, I mean, I know he has gotten a lot of help, but, like, the fact that he was playing for the Clippers, like, they got that in a crazy trade with Paul George. Honestly, the way they set up that team, absolute bonkers. And it feels like similar to the Luka trade, but at least that one kind of made sense because no one realized how good Shai was going to be, or any of those guys, any of those draft picks, whatever it is. But, I mean, I really feel like the Thunder have a great chance to repeat, and they have a great coach. And, I mean, if Caruso ends up staying, I mean, they brought just about everyone back. It really feels like, it is the Thunder's kind of thing to lose here, where I feel like, we talked about the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Thunder, so it's fitting that when we're like face of the league, we bring it up, oh, it's Jokic, Edwards, or Shai. So I feel like that parallels pretty well to the best teams, as it, probably should. Where, I mean, we looked at the face of the league where it was Curry and LeBron, and those guys were in the finals, like, every year. So, I mean, I still like Shai, and I think until we get a picture of Edwards holding a finals trophy, I don't think you can say he's the face of it, even though I love Edwards and his dunks are beyond spectacular. And, Jokic, the problem with Jokic is that we really don't see him much. And he doesn't say much, and that's fine. But, I mean, overall, like, I think, like, he really loves his horse racing, too.
He definitely does.
Like, this is just the jobs to him. Or, like, I love the graphic of, like, it's like, you just, had, like, the greatest, you just won the NBA championship, and it shows, like, Curry, like, freaking out, like, Kevin Garnett freaking out, and then it's just Jokic just staring at the plane, and he's like, yeah, we won, so I go home now. It's like, what? That's all? You just won the finals. Like, that's all you say?
There's got to be more to that.
I know.
I mean,
there's no way that's all it means to you.
And that's your first ring ever. Like,
right.
You got to show some sort of happiness.
He's literally just thinking, yeah, I'll probably get a raise out of this, so that's good. Like, he's not thinking, it's like, everyone's just like, oh my gosh, like, this is so awesome. He's like, yeah. Have you seen, like, him, like, racing horses? He is so happy. Like, the amount of emotion he shows when his horse wins, and then you look at him at the end of a game. It's just, there's nothing there.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's all I can say. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And, I mean, if he ends up making it back and makes a title run, I think it can happen. But, I mean, I think Shai, especially on the wake of the title and the 2K cover and all the smooth moves he did, and I know it does suck with, like, the flopping allegations. And I get that concern, but, I mean, I feel like Shai is definitely the face, where I feel like it's really great that we're having a small market team like the Thunder not only do great, but also have all these, like, prying eyes on, like, one of their star players. And I know we can pick and choose and, agree to disagree on if he deserved the MVP, but he was still certainly in the running. I think you can say he was certainly top two, even though if you say Jokic, and I get voter fatigue where you look at him, Jokic has already won several, so I do get it. And you could even look at the NFL where, like, Lamar had won two, and even though he kind of had better stats, they ended up giving it to Josh Allen. So it's kind of one of those deals, but I was okay with that one because Josh Allen beat Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, which is why I think you can kind of accept this one as well, because Shai went in there and beat Nikola Jokic in the playoffs, where I know they don't take that into account, but I kind of do personally, where I'm like, if they can roll through them and they can be the better team and they can win that matchup, I don't see anything wrong with them. Like, if Nikola Jokic would have just straight up ran through them, like, and he was playing on all cylinders and Shai was playing bad or whatever the deal is, right? And it's the Nuggets that end up winning it all. I would be somewhat off-put and very taken aback that Jokic still won it because I was like, well, it feels like he was the best player in the league this year, you know? And I feel like that's why we can kind of look back, and I know I get the flopping stuff, and I get the hating stuff, and I get the what-ifs with Halliburton. That really sucks. But, I mean, when you look at it, I feel like Shea really is the face of the league, and I feel like we can't just discredit what he did that easily. And as much as I love Jokic, I really feel like it's Shea.
Well, I still feel like it's got to be between Jokic and Anthony Edwards. That's I feel like just
I don't think you're right about that. To not even include Shea in the conversation, I think, is where you lose me.
ooh.
Where if you say it's between Jokic and Shea, I'm like, okay, you know. But, like, to not even discredit it, I feel like the loss last season is still kind of lingering for the Pacers.
Right.
Yeah. So I would ask you to leave biases out of this podcast for entertainment reasons. I'm playing. No, I do get it. And I know a lot of people share those things that aren't Pacers fans or whatever, you know, whatever it is. But, I mean, they went in there and they did beat the Nuggets, and they had a great playoff run, and they did end up winning the MVP. And he was the first one to win, like, MVP.
Wasn't he the youngest?
Yeah, well, there's only, like, it was, like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar that had done it, where it was, like, only, like, 4 guys or whatever it was, where, like, it was, like, scoring title, I think, and then the season MVP, the finals, and then the finals MVP, and only, like, there were only a few guys that had ever done that. So I was like, So I feel like we certainly need to give credit as due, and I know we can be haters, and I know there were LeBron haters for years, and Curry haters that you probably for years were saying, like, hey, you guys really got to open up and not just let your biases, like, cloud your judgment. This guy's legit. Where I feel like that's kind of the same case here, where I feel like we really need to appreciate the greatness that is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, even though, like, the thing with Halliburton does suck with the injury, or, like, the flopping, you know, it does suck. But, I mean, if you look at the stats, it's not that crazy. It's just, like, it does suck. And I mean, we talk about officiating. It feels, it sucks to blame it, but then it also sucks to not, like, pretend that it's not a factor, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to act like it's not a factor at all, like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just saying, like, I really do think Shea's the face of the league, and the flop, like, all that stuff does suck. And the fact that the Pacers felt like they didn't leave it all out on the court with the injury, like, that all does suck.
Yeah.
But I still feel like, all in all, I mean, it's been years since Jokic won it. No one's done all of these things in one season like Shea just did. And Anthony Edwards is great, and the fact that he made it to the finals 2 years in a row is great, but each one of those times he's gotten blown out by, it was the Mavs, and now it's the Thunder, where I feel like you have to give credit where credit is due and say, Shea really is the face of this league.
Well, once again, I still disagree.
Okay,
but
would you include him in the conversation now, though?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's a huge maybe for me, but
Okay.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out who. I might include Shea in this topic here, but I don't know. I still got time to think about it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it just depends.
Yeah,
it'll take time,
to really get over that loss, too.
Yeah.
I get it, because I feel the same way. Like, I wouldn't have been saying this the night that they won. Yeah.
Right, of course.
You know, I mean, all in all, like, everything that the Thunder have done, I think needs to be appreciated. The fact that everything that Shea did in one season, and the fact that it's only been done a few times, I think that is greatness. And the fact that, like, that's, like, never, like, when we're going back to, like, yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did this way back when, like, that's really really cool that happened. I think Michael Jordan might have been in it as well, but I mean, Michael Jordan, you know, he's in, you know, eliteness. I'm not saying he's at those guys' level. I'm not trying to say he's a GOAT or anything.
Right,
he's still very young in his career, and it's possible they build a dynasty off of this. But I mean, I'm just saying, at this current state in the league, where LeBron's kind of getting older, even though he's still great, Curry's kind of getting older, even though he's still great. I mean, when you look at these young guys and who can really have prolonged success, I mean, I really do like Shea. And the fact that they're going into this season with that title repeat, and maybe they won't repeat, but the fact that they'll be known as the reigning champions, like, this whole season, I feel like that kind of solidifies him as the face of the league and kind of them as the team to watch. Because, I mean, they just did that. Like, they run the league now. And it's really going to be like everyone's going to be going at them, where it's like you're going at the king, you better not miss, where that's what it is.
Right.
And, you know, regardless of what you think about Shea, regardless of what you think about the team, they won it all.
Right.
And they got out of that Wild West last year. So, I mean, I think you at least have to have him in your top 2 of, like, face of the league, because, I mean, he deserves it, and that team deserves it.
Oh, I mean, you know, There's nothing really much I can say about that. But,
Right.
I mean,
I do see what you're saying, though.
yeah, there's a lot.
Because I'm not trying to say... Because Jokic and Edwards are ridiculous athletes, you know?
Yeah.
And we can even say Giannis. I mean, I know it's been a minute since we've seen a great season. He might not even be in Milwaukee this season. They've kind of been poorly building around him, very poorly.
Yeah, there's a lot.
They did bring in Dame, but then they just got rid of him, where it's like... I know he wouldn't play for a while, but I feel like Giannis is starting to get fed up.
I agree. Yeah.
And
Who wouldn't be fed up?
I know.
I mean...
I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves, but I mean, that's a guy that dragged the team to the titles, even though it's been a while. I mean, the fact that any guy who's won it all is certainly impressive, right?
I agree.
I mean, but I feel like in this day and age, after what they've done and the high that they're on right now, like, I mean, this whole offseason, everyone's going to be thinking about the Thunder.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe in a negative way, right? And that's to be expected. I mean, when you win, that's just how it goes, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it just sucks that both teams had never been in the finals. And not that it sucks, but I think it ends up being like they had never won before. Like, it sucks that they got hated this way when it's not like a Patriots situation. It's not like a Warriors situation. This isn't like a dynasty that went in there and just, took out a team that's never been there, where it's like they've both never been there. Where they just got a tough draw with who the public wants to root for. Where if they were against the Lakers, or, I mean, I know it's not the same conference, but you know what I mean. Or if they were against the Celtics, who had just won, then we would have really been rooting, and like you would even maybe be like supporting the Thunder now if it was the Celtics, if it was the Celtics Thunder,
Yeah.
like,
Because I'm not really a big Celtics fan either.
Yeah.
So.
And it's just a tough draw, and with them would have being their repeating champions, like, that's just a tough draw, and you can see why people can hate them, and it's just a tough draw for their very first championship to have it be at the hands of that. Where we talk about like the Pacers, like, yeah, I really wanted to get one, or yeah, they really, it felt like their window, but the Thunder had never won it either. So I feel like it's just tough to hate on either team, because I mean, they're both getting their foot in the door, and even though it does suck, because it feels like the Thunder are only going to have more champions to come, where it's like maybe that was the only chance for the Pacers. But I mean, I feel like the Thunder are definitely at the top of the game, and even if they're not the best team, I mean, they just won it all. So I feel like you give credit where credit is due, and everything that Shea did, all the accolades that he had, and the fact that it's in such of a limited club of people that did it, I just think personally that Shea's the face of the league. And you can disagree, and maybe like Edwards with Minnesota is a bigger market, or whatever it may be, and maybe people are probably going to still say LeBron because of all the memes,
Of course.
and just everything. I mean, people are always going to love LeBron as long as he's playing.
Oh yeah. Of course.
Even if we're looking at the young guys, I mean, in terms of like popularity, everyone still loves LeBron. Like, I mean, if you ask people who don't know anything about basketball, like I've asked people, they're like, "Can you name one player?" And they're like, "Yeah, LeBron."
LeBron James. Yeah.
And that's all they know.
Right.
Where it's like, maybe he is still the face just because, I mean, these guys aren't as popular yet, but they're getting their foot in the door.
Yeah.
And I think let's take a step back and less like a debate and just appreciate how much young talent we have in this league, and appreciate the European initiative and getting these guys over to play, and so we could have guys like Jokic. Is Porzingis as well?
I think Porzingis.
Yeah.
And then
Doncic.
Yeah.
And then Wembanyama from France.
Wembanyama, yeah.
I mean, I think we really just should appreciate how much young guys we have, is how much young talent, where it really feels
and
like
then
the
there's
league
Chet
is
Holmgren as well.
Yeah, right. And even though we have like LeBron, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, and Stephen Curry kind of on their way out, where I think it's safe to say that the league's kind of in good hands, where it's not going to be quite the same, especially with the one we grow up with.
Right.
But I mean, this league I think has a bright future. And we can argue about face of the league all day, but the fact that we have this many guys in that running, I mean, shows that the league has a really great future. And I think I'm really optimistic for this next NBA season, Rylee.